Well, howdy folks, I'm walking down one of the most famous streets in the Old West, and it's named after me. It's called Allen Street, and yes, we are in Tombstone, Arizona, and we are here for the adventure today and throughout, and just to show you a little panoramic view of the town itself. Pretty neat. There's the Birdcage Theater coming up behind me. There it is. And so we're just going to stroll down Allen Street here and check out everything. So let's get going. So how much does it cost to ride shotgun up there?
$700 cash.
$700 cash. Woo! I better go mine some more gold before I do that.
Yeah, because there's a $500 fine attached to me letting anybody get up here.
Oh, that's too bad.
I say $700 because the other $200 I give to the boss lady and pray she don't fire me.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Hey, great talking to you.
Oh,
Looks
yeah.
great. I'm standing outside the Campbell and Hatch Saloon, which was built back in 1881. And of course, they've changed the name to Big Nose Cave here. So let's go inside and take a peek. Here we go. We're just going to walk on in. Of course, they don't have the swinging double doors like they used to. Here we go. All right. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we're walking in here. Check out this place. Oh, yeah. Lots of people in here. And look at all the decorations and everything hanging up here, all the historical artifacts. Really excellent. Fantastic. Looks like a pretty good place to eat as well. Hey, we're gonna go check out this store. It's pretty cool. Hey, for those of you who like trains, look at all this stuff up here. Isn't that amazing? Pretty cool stuff. All kinds of neat things in here. Yeah, all kinds of souvenirs. Those of you who collect trains, look at that. Pretty awesome. Hey, I'm standing in front of the Oriental, and I just happened to hear a rumor that there actually might be a gunfight going on here a little bit later. Here we go. Let's step on inside and take a look here. We enter into the Oriental. Wow, just as it was probably back in the day. Look at that. There's all the tables. And we got the bar over here behind us. One of the many gaming tables here. Looks like a faro game. Howdy!
I said howdy, folks!
Howdy!
Much better, all right. I'm Bat Masterson. Welcome to the Oriental Saloon.
Woo!
This was Wyatt Earp's place back in the 1880s, back when Tombstone was a lively little silver town known from Los Angeles to New Orleans as a dangerous place to make a fortune. They had 40,000 people here in Arizona back in the 1880s, 5,000 of which were jammed into dusty streets right outside those doors. Yep, Wyatt made a killing when he was here.
Literally.
The number one hot spot on Allen Street. They had the coldest beer.
Woo! Yeah!
All the card games Quad City, he sent Wyatt $15,000 to help him remodel the place. Short time after that, myself and a fellow by the name of Luke Short, we came down here to help Doc and Wyatt spend all that money. We did good. Matter of fact, the better we did, the more people wanted in on the action, you know what I mean? Yeah, we only had one threat, a group of bad men, gamblers and gunfighters that came from all over the country. Texas, Badlands, Colorado, even the Black Hills. They called them slopers. And they came here to Tombstone with one thing in mind: take the Oriental as their prize. And the Oriental Saloon happened in November of 1882. Now that was a full year after that shootout up on Fremont, and about 8 months after the Earp family left Arizona for good. Now I wasn't here when this happened, but I heard about it from witnesses and from Buckskin Frank himself. He was the winner of this particular event. Now, Buckskin Frank Leslie, as they called him, was the making of Old West legends, folks. He was an Army scout during the Indian War.
Come on, give it up!
He was also a deputy under the legendary Wild Bill Hickok.
Yeah, a real good deputy. 347 arrests. Only accidentally killed 22 guys.
Not bad. Anyway, after that, he went on to become a sharpshooter in the Wild West show. Buffalo Bill, Cody put
Give
together
it up
himself.
for Buffalo Bill. Come on.
Buffalo Bill!
And 100 years after that shootout, historians all over the world will tell you everything I just told you about this man right here is absolutely, positively not true.
Hey! You gotta buy me a drink. Oh, wait a minute. You ought to buy everybody a drink.
Well, I don't know you, cowboy, and I don't know them, so I ain't buying nobody nothing.
My name is Billy Claiborne. I'm a cowboy. Hell, I'm probably the last of the cowboys around these parts.
Thank
Thank
God.
God, yeah.
Y'all heard that, right? Blatant disrespect, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Disrespect like that will get a man shot in this
Oh,
town.
yeah, well, you listen to me. We're just a couple of gentlemen trying to have a nice, quiet card game. We ain't got time for this whatever the hell that was.
Billy Claiborne.
Billy Claiborne. All right, Billy. Hear the piano music over there? That'd be the bar. Go find your people. All right, now who was that idiot?
Billy Claiborne, one of the cowards that ran from the shootout up on Fremont.
Oh yeah, Billy Claiborne and I Clanton, the two cowards that ran out of that OK Corral.
Just as fast as they could.
I wish Wyatt would have shot him in the ass. Know him.
You don't gotta apologize to me. Everybody in this room knows it's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
Yeah.
That's right.
And you can look it up, it's in the Bible.
Yeah.
Amen on the beat.
Psalms, I think.
Hello, Frank.
So another bad man got a free ride up to Boot Hill. Now, it was just about 5 years after Billy Claiborne. Billy was killed right outside that front door. It was about 5 years after that, the silver mines in Tombstone began to play out. By the 1930s, Tombstone was a shadow of its former glory. In fact, by the 1930s, the beautiful Oriental was a Rexall drugstore. But we survived it all, the gunfights, the fires, a couple of floods, a couple of major earthquakes. We're still here today, and so are y'all. That's why they call Tombstone the town too tough to die.
What's a trip to Tombstone without stopping at Boot Hill Cemetery? So let's go in and take a look. Here we are, just walking up the multitude of grave sites along here. Here's one that's unknown. I'm sure there's a lot of those out here. Here's another. Yeah, quite a few. So here we have the grave sites of the McLaurys and Clantons who died in the gunfight at the OK Corral on October 26, 1881. I'm standing here on Allen Street in the middle of the night, and it's a cold night, and it's really cool, very surreal. Because remember, 130 years ago, when Tombstone was a bustling town, there were saloons and gunshots and music and people all over the place in the middle of the night. And now look at this place. Total quiet. So let's take a little walk down the street. Who knows? Maybe we might be able to find some ghosts too. This is a beautiful scenery. All the tourists have gone home. It's just super quiet. Just a few lights in the windows. Look at this. As we're walking down Allen Street. And here's the restaurant over here to the side, Big Nose Kate's. Still lit up. A lot of history about paranormal activity going on there. You know, you never know, it might see something in the camera. Of course, some of the shops are just completely dark. Just an absolutely fantastic view. Look at that. This is the Tombstone Visitor Center. At one time, this was actually a hospital. And they say today, you know, with all the people that have passed away in that hospital, that you will actually see patients walking up and down around the sidewalk of this building, and sitting in that chair, you'll find people in surgical scrubs, things of that sort. They say that the paranormal activity is quite active around here. I'm not seeing anything yet. Looks pretty quiet, kind of an eerie quiet. I mean, there's not a sound.
This is a view from Fremont Street of the OK Corral and Flies Photography. This is actually where the true gunfight actually occurred. Now, Ike Clanton's ghost has been appeared several times in that shadowy area between the two buildings. And they even recall that there's a certain odor or smell that comes along with him. There have been many ghostly apparitions that have occurred around the Birdcage Theater. A lot of times they are seen up on the roof or sometimes down the side alley here. There's also, the Birdcage Theater has its own ghost tour inside where they turn off all the lights and you can actually see some of the ghost activity going on. Particularly, there was one actress that was actually suspended from the ceiling for one of the acts, and she fell to her death. So now she is seen hanging from the ceiling in that very area. This is a view of Allen Street, where there was a lot of activity back in the heyday, and of course a lot of gunfights in the streets. So there's been also reports of seeing apparition or ghostly figures crisscrossing the street from building to building many times. So it's definitely an active area.
This is the Tombstone Courthouse. And apparently this is where there's a lot of paranormal activity, especially along the sidewalk. Behind, over off in the distance in the dark, are a set of gallows where people were hung. So, and they say people walk along the sidewalk here. Very still and very creepy.
During our ghost tour, our guide stopped us in front of St. Paul's Episcopal Church, and as he was speaking about the paranormal activities that go on around here, I happened to observe through my camera, which I had pointing at the church as you see here, this little white ball floating that came out from those bushes on the left side and floating across in front of the church. It appeared to be like running across the top part of the staircase, and then it floated off through the wrought iron fence on the right and then disappeared. So I was able to capture a single frame of this little orb right about where the handrail is, just on the little left on the left side, this little white ball that's kind of diffuse and hard to see. But here it is, our ghost for the night.
Frank McLaury, dead. Tom McLaury, dead. 19-year-old Billy Clanton, dead. That was it. It was over before it ever started. Now, 2 months after this gunfight, Wyatt Earp was ambushed outside the Crystal Palace Saloon. 3 shotguns went off, but he still refused to die. Crippled up pretty bad, Virgil wandered the West until death caught up with him in Nevada in 1905. Not as lucky was Wyatt's kid brother Morgan. He was shot in the back and killed playing a game of pool up on Allen Street. Morgan died at midnight, March 19, 1882. It was his brother Wyatt's birthday. Now in 1887, the year this whole town began to fall apart, the 2 main causes of this gunfight died hundreds of miles apart from each other. That summer, while starting a new gang up in northern Arizona, Ike Clanton was shot and killed by a mail-order detective. Not long after that, after a lifetime of drinking, smoking, and generally bad decisions, tuberculosis caught up with yours truly up in Colorado. And I don't care to talk about it. Now, Wyatt Earp was the last man standing out of all this. He'd spend his days traveling. He'd make his way from Idaho to Alaska, finally ending up in Jazz Age Hollywood, searching for another tombstone and the chance to make things right again. He never would find it. Wyatt died in Los Angeles in 1929, just ahead of his 81st birthday. His final words: suppose. That, folks, was our show. We hope.